But anyway, The Guardian now, and the guy who does those Dilbert cartoons is in trouble for a video he made, apparently saying it's okay to be white is a hate crime.
No, he didn't say that. He called black Americans a hate group because he was reading about a study. I read this article today at home, actually. He in The Guardian. He was talking about a study that had been done where they asked black respondents if it was okay to be white. 26% of them said that 21% said they were not sure if it was okay to be white. 26% said that they disagree with the statement, it's okay to be white. So this creator, Scott Adams, of a very popular cartoon, Dilbert, hugely popular, and has been for over 25 years. I mean, it's one of those things you see, you know, taped to people's fridges, all the work people read it, because it's about a guy in an office, very boring guy. And Scott Adams, who's made controversial statements in the past and has been pimp-slapped in the past, this time he said that based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give, he said this on Twitter, to white people is to get the hell away from black people and just, he said, get the F away. And then he went on, he expanded on that, expounded. The thing is, he knew, because he made some statements after that. He said, I know this is career ending. I know that I'll be dropped from my publishers. I know you may stop reading my cartoon. Why he did this, I've known, because actually the statistics that he didn't quote were from a larger survey where most Americans said they were okay with that quote. Most Americans said that it was fine.
But he was specifically talking about the black respondents to this question, to this poll, and nearly half of them apparently responded saying it's not okay to be white. The phrase "it's okay to be white" isn't okay.
Of course, the poll actually, how it was really pitched, who knows? We all know that polls can be misleading.
That's a bit racist against polling.
and I understand if he read this poll offhandedly on the bus on the way to work or something and was thrown off by it. But to do this to his work and his career and to come out as someone who seems, at least from his own statements, to be terrified of the black community is really a huge mistake, I think. I don't know what he's thinking.
Well, from a commercial point of view, it's a huge mistake. I mean, Francis, what do you make of it?
Well, I mean, it was a bold move. Let's just say it like that. Scott, I mean, he had a view and he said it. And, you know, like he said, get the hell away from black people, do what I do, move to a mainly white neighbourhood. Wherever there's a lot of black people, there's a lot of crime. He also said that in the neighbourhoods. And then at the end of it, he just gave this smile and went, didn't expect that, did you? And we were like, no, Scott, we didn't, mate.
I mean, it sounds, that actually sounds pretty racist.
13 months ago, he also tweeted in January 2022, quote, I'm going to self-identify as a black woman until Joe Biden picks his presidential nominee for the Supreme Court. He said, I don't want to be left out of consideration for the job.
So he's clearly referencing the fact that they had the selection criteria based on identity, based on whether you're a woman, what your race is. And we're seeing this a lot across everywhere, across academia, across corporate hiring.
But he's goading the black community. He's goading liberal white people and any liberal community in the U.S., obviously. Why he got away with that statement, though, in January 2022 without having his cartoon pulled from all these publications, and they did it now, I'm not quite sure, because that's reason enough to pull the cartoon.
I'll be honest with you. I think the video was a little bit worse than that.
Of course. Of course it was. But this, in the U.S., I must say, in mainstream media in the U.S., in this current atmosphere, that is enough to be cancelled.
But his original statement about identifying as a black woman, that should be allowed. That's just mocking the diversity hiring.
13 months later,
damaging to society.
And were he a stand-up comic? Yes, as a stand-up comic, maybe, but he's not that. He's not a satirist.
But he's a cartoonist.
Yes, he is a cartoonist.
Through his comic strip.
It's really not. I think it's. I don't.
Maybe he should have put it in the comic strip.
Maybe so. And in fact, he has tried that in the comic strip. And some comic strip runners, some magazines and newspapers that have a comic strip, have said over the past 12 months or so, we have had to pull his comic strip a few times because of this. So he was moving toward this video on YouTube, as you said, and then he's building, and it sounds as though he's been in some way supported by whoever's around him. who's encouraged him to do this.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the end game for him is, what the strategy is at all.
Maybe he's just got enough money, and so
he is independently wealthy.
Anymore.
That's for sure.
I thought this was interesting. So the one of the publishers that has pulled his cartoon said, "While we respect and encourage free speech, his views do not align with our editorial or business values as an organisation." That's not free speech. You know, that's free speech isn't aligning with.
But there is no free speech. There is no such thing.
Yeah,
we know this.
Yeah, we do.
And this
Especially
is it.
in the arts.
Yeah. And look, and obviously, I am someone who always does his best to come out in favour of the artists and go freedom of expression. I'm going to be honest with you, Scott. You were on Trigonometry, my show. You've made it difficult to defend. What am I going to do? I'm going to come out and go, you know what, mate? Nailed it. No, I can't.